Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our weekly Wells and Joint Crawford area Zoom. I cannot seem to let go of the Crawford area yet. I know all the area managers go and do their own area trainings between 8 and 9 o'clock, but I'm like hanging on to Natalie's team for as long as possible before she goes and does her own ones, because I'm like, I need her team to be the speakers. So tonight is our joint Wells area and Crawford area team training, our basic team training for everybody. We've got 3 very beautiful guests on tonight, speakers that are training. So first of all, I'll just introduce myself for anybody that doesn't know. My name is Danny Wells, and I am a National Vice President with Arbonne International and independent consultant. And I am absolutely elated to introduce our first speaker of the evening, which is the gorgeous Emma. So Emma joined Natalie's team, and I won't overshadow much of her story because she's going to talk about her story pre-Arbonne, hearing about Arbonne, and from joining Arbonne and building her business to the success that she has done. So Emma first joined Natalie a few months ago, and I'm yet to meet Emma in person, but I feel like I know her anyway because I see her so much on social media, on the WhatsApp, on the calls. So Emma is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful girl inside and out, as is everybody in our team, of course. And she has just promoted to the first level, which is district manager, and she did it in phenomenal speed. She did it in ultra fast pace, and we don't all have to. Like we all know, our business is our journey, and it's up to us how we build it. But Emma did do it really, really, really fast, and she's building a phenomenal business, and she's growing it all the way to area and beyond. So I'm really excited tonight because she's going to share all of that with us. So please welcome brand new district manager, Emma SKiba.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Daniela, for that.
Wait, Emma, the music didn't work. Hang on. Wait. Hang on. Please welcome District Manager Emma SKiba. It's coming. There we go. Sorry about that. I'll blame the DJ.
Thank you for that welcome. So, hello everybody, I'm Emma SKiba. I'm a mum of 3, and I am a beauty therapist and salon owner. So what I want to do first, I just want to tell you a little bit of something about me, because I think it's detrimental to what I'm going to tell you about how I got to district manager. Because I know you can hear advice and things like that. Sometimes it's hard to, you think, oh, well, yeah, that's all well and good you saying that, but how can I do that? I don't feel like I can do it. And I totally believe anyone can if I can. So I want to tell you a bit about why that is first. So, last few years, my life is totally unrecognisable. I've made some massive, massive changes. I've gone from a job that I was so deeply unhappy in, the marriage that I was unhappy in, to turning my whole life around based on what I wanted from life. So I'm an absolute chronic introvert. I'm starting to come out of that a little bit now. But basically, I was in a bit of an unhappy marriage, and I managed to get the courage to leave that. And I came from being a wife, and a version of a wife that someone else wanted me to be. And I totally didn't know who I was. So it wasn't that I'd lost myself. I didn't know who I was because I'd never had a chance to be me before. So I didn't know who that person was. So when I came out of that marriage, that I somehow got the courage to leave, I fell into this kind of rut and this real depression and anxiety. And it was such a struggle just kind of getting through each day. Bearing in mind I had 2 children at the time as well. So life wasn't kind of what I wanted it to be at all. And during that time as well, my mum was diagnosed with cancer. Luckily she's fine now, but at the time, of course, it was such a worrying time that it only kind of helped me sink a bit further down, really. I'd made this huge step and I was in this snowball, this kind of spiral of where do I go from here? So I started off trying to help my mum, and I started researching kind of cancer and the effects that everything that we can use has on that, with regards to like products and things and what's in there. So because obviously I was a beauty therapist, that was my way of helping. That was my way of kind of advising her a little bit and giving her a bit of help. So that's what I did. And you can't unknow this stuff, can you? I was looking at ingredients in products, things that I was using particularly, and my mum, you know, and I started educating myself. But then once you've done that, where do you go from there? I didn't know what products were out there. I didn't know if they were any good, all of those things that you worry about, specifically as a beauty therapist, because I've got a client base who were relying on me for a good service. So it was detrimental that I was still offering a high standard of treatment, but also that they were kind of fulfilling my moral code in that way of being safe and ethical and things like that. So I was kind of internalized quite a lot of bad feeling at the time, and that led to being, you know, the doctors wanted to give me tablets for depression and things, and I didn't want to do that because I wanted to get to the root cause of my feelings and feel better. I didn't want to, for me, it just wasn't an option. I don't even like taking tablets when I've got a headache, so I didn't want to be on long-term medication for things like that. So I had this big identity crisis. Who the hell am I? And from that marriage, because I was quite sheltered in that time, it was one of those situations where nothing was in my name. I was the name on the insurance. I hadn't even built up no claims driving for, 10 years. So it's like I didn't exist. I felt invisible, and it had such a massive impact on me and my confidence. So then I met my current partner, Rich, who totally showers me with love. He arms me with confidence, and he shoves me forward with it. He really encourages me and helps me break those walls down, basically. And I've had so many first-time things that I've managed to do now, even things, like driving a certain distance, having the courage to pick him up from the train station, things like that I would never have done before. But I was still struggling. I was kind of going in cycles of feeling okay, and then having days where I found it hard getting out of the house. I was ignoring the phone to the salon because I couldn't bear to speak to people. I was kind of going down quite quickly. And this is when an opportunity to open my own beauty room came up. And I don't know what possessed me at that time, and I felt really quite weak to go forward with it. But I did, and I just kind of threw caution to the wind, and I threw myself in there. Now, because of everything I'd learned about products and ingredients after my mum's diagnosis, I wanted to do that with safe products that I felt I could kind of charge people to use, because I've learnt so much that it kind of goes against your moral code a little bit to keep using things that you don't think are that safe. So this is, I'd opened it and I was kind of going along for months and months and months. And Natalie Crawford, I came across the lovely Natalie. We were actually on each other's Facebook. I'm not sure how, to be quite honest. She was kind of on my Facebook, and our partners know each other. And one day, I just happened to come across some of her videos, and I started having a little watch, and straight away something in me just thought, it was like a light bulb eureka moment of, this is it. This is what I was looking for months and months and months. Here it is. It's been on my Facebook all this time, and I've never seen it. So I sat there and I thought, I'm going to message her, which is, I was ignoring for the salon, but here I am, I'm going to message about this new venture that terrifies the hell out of me, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I typed up this message, and I was getting ready to hit send, and I was thinking, oh God, this could start off like new things, and it's going to scare me. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. This kind of mind chatter of, you can't do this. So I pressed send, and I got immediate sweaty palms. And I was thinking, oh God, and I was looking and looking, she's going to message me back, and you know what she's going to say about all this. And I'd kind of opened up a little bit about my anxiety and why I was interested in Arbonne. And she messaged me back with, can I ring you please? And immediately I got that feeling in my gut of, oh God, I'm going to have to speak on the phone. And I was thinking, oh no, what's she going to say? So I took a few minutes, and then I'd messaged her my number, and I was like, yeah, okay. So when the phone rang and I'd answered, and Natalie is just so lovely, and she made it so easy to speak to her that we got talking, and she said, I just had this kind of gut feeling that this is going to be something fantastic for you. I need to talk about it with you. So we arranged to meet up. I started using the products initially and loved them straight away. I'd started off as a preferred client, and then within that week I was signed as a consultant. I was blown away. I loved them. Always struggled with my own skin, so I loved the effect it had for me. And that's how I became introduced, really. It was totally just came across it, and random thing, never looked back though. So how did I get to district manager? I still think this myself. How have I done this? Oh God, I started off, I thought, right, I'm going to record this is me kind of message to our Do More page. And yeah, I recorded a message. I thought, there's no way I could do live. No way on earth could I do a live video. So I did like a pre-recorded one on my phone, and I posted it to our Do More page. And I did another one. I set up an Arbonne page on my Facebook, and I did like an introduction on there as well, letting people know I was going to do some like launch parties and things like that. Then, speaking with Natalie, she totally empowered me. Having this team behind you, all of the ladies that on as a part of, and gentlemen on our Do More page, the support is so much, isn't it? You get a power, this kind of confidence from somewhere that really spurs you on, really pushes you forward. And I was kind of looking in on everyone doing so well, and I thought, I want a piece of this. I want to improve, and I would love to be like these other people doing so well. So I thought, right, to hell with it. I'm going to do a Facebook Live. I'm going to show everyone this new thing that I've found, and I'm going to show them how I use it and how amazing it is. So that's what I did. I went on my Arbonne page that I'd set up, and I did a live video. Started off with no makeup on, going from not answering my salon phone. Here I am on Facebook Live with no makeup on, and I'm showing people what I do. I was petrified, absolutely petrified. But the feeling it gave me afterwards is just the other end of that spectrum. So you've gone from petrified to absolute elation for this achievement, for this kind of really pushing yourself out of the comfort zone moment that I had. So it kind of went from there, and I continued doing the Facebook Lives. And then I started getting a lot of lovely, lovely messages back and recognition of people that I didn't think were kind of even watching, letting me know how much they were enjoying my videos, which was just amazing. That not only were people watching, but they were taking time out of their day to message me and let me know how well they thought I was doing, which just blew me away. And the amount of confidence that I've managed to get in the space of 2 months is absolutely unbelievable. Because I'd gone from my lowest point to somewhere now where I feel really, really, really quite content, and I feel confident in letting people know about Arbonne. And that's another thing that I do. Try not to be afraid to talk to people and tell them what all this is about. It's so hard, because you worry that people are going to think, right, well, what's she doing? Who does she think she is? You know, here's the sorts on Facebook these days. Here's someone else selling something else, and you just think there's this stigma, and don't be afraid to tell people about it. And that's what I've done. Anyone who I think will be interested, I talk to them, and you kind of test the water, and you know how much you can talk about with people. And that you learn more and more as well, the more you do that. So even if the first time you speak to someone, you think, oh, well, that could have gone better. It's a total learning curve. And you get stronger and stronger every time. So that's what I did. I talked to people. One of the things I had to start doing was ignoring the figures, like the QV. You need to do this, you need to get X amount of QV, you need to, all these kind of milestones that you need to reach, because I was too overwhelmed by them. I'm still getting better personal development wise. So I wasn't ready to kind of have these milestones set out too rigidly, because it freaked me out and it stressed me so much that I had to kind of forget about that and just try and plan a few events here and there, launch parties. I'm going to do a Facebook Live there, have a few things scheduled in that week. And if you think, right, I've got a Facebook Live there, or whatever it is regarding social media, I've done that there. I think of it like a big, imagine a big heavy wheel that's kind of sat there. If you're not pushing it forward, it's staying where it is. So if you consistency is key, is basically what I'm trying to say. If this big heavy wheel sat there and you're not pushing it forward, it's staying exactly where it is. So if you've got this goal in mind, which for me was just get to district manager, and that'll be an amazing achievement, keep pushing that wheel forward, even if it's just a little bit at a time. You've done a little bit on social media that day, you've spoke to a few people, the next day try and do something else. And what I've found to actually really work for me is to ask the other people who are part of Arbonne, or take advice. I've had so many amazing tips from people of ways to kind of get the word out there, get people interested, pick the kind of, oh, what's this she's doing a little bit, just ask. That's, for me, considering I didn't like to talk before, and I'm talk now, that's been amazing for me. I didn't think that I would be able to speak to people I didn't really know and really ask for that advice. That's been something that I'm doing more and more of. So I kind of stick to what works for me as well. Try to do the launch parties, but even though I had some absolutely amazing launch parties, I find that the one-on-ones work quite well for me. I think specifically for my job as well, because I speak to people on a one-on-one basis, it's a bit easier for me to kind of incorporate that in the salon, and people come in asking for advice. I can then, kind of give them the rundown of what we do as well and what can help get them. They can have a little try while they're there, and that's worked really well for me. What else? Keep working hard. It's so hard. It's not something that comes easy. So if you're finding it hard, I think everybody has at some point, and still is finding it just a little bit tricky at times to keep some interest going, get new interest going. And I actually watched a video by an Arbonne lady in Australia, I think it was, and I actually posted it on the Do More page. I'll try and find it and repost it again. She had some amazing advice about how to use social media correctly in terms of kind of getting the word out there, not sickening people off a little bit. And one of the things that she said that stuck with me is don't kind of vomit Arbonne into everything, because there's that many advertisements on Facebook now that if you're kind of Arbonne, and everything that you're doing, you've become another advertisement. For me personally, with the people who are on my Facebook, don't tend to like that, and it knacks people a little bit if I'm kind of too in their face with all this stuff. So even some days I'm posting things that I'm doing that are, fun things and things that are a result of Arbonne without necessarily pushing it in their face. So if you've mentioned it a few times, people know what you're doing. They know that you're working for Arbonne. They're kind of looking, but maybe aren't fully committed to getting involved. So there's definitely a good place to show the fun you're having, show what's happening as a result of Arbonne, share that side of things, and they can see that as well. And I know a few people, since I've done that, I've actually had more interest rather than just look at this product, look at that product, we've got this deal and that deal. It's kind of doing it in a less pushy way, if that's the right way of putting it. You know, I've made some amazing friends. Some of the most amazing people I have in my life now I've met through Arbonne in the space of 2 months. And, you know, when we're doing fun things and sharing it on Facebook, people can see the time that we're having. If we're getting ready, like me and Natalie, we did like a getting ready video, put some music on, and we did it in a way that's kind of like every girl does. And you're getting ready with your friends, and people can relate to that a little bit. Well, probably more than you think, actually. So that's what I've done, and I didn't really. I hoped I could get to district manager, but because of the type of person I am, I did kind of think, oh, is this a bit more than I can achieve? And I think it was about 2 days before the end of January, I still needed about 2,000 QV, and in 2 days I managed to get that in, which was unbelievable. Like 2,000 QV in 2 days, how unreal is that? And I'm not sure how I did it, to be honest, because I'd love to do that again, obviously. But yeah, it was amazing, and we got that in. And obviously, some of you might have seen our video, a few of our videos from that night at Natalie's house, and you know, just showing people the support that we all give each other. The amount of messages I had after that, people like, oh wow, like that's amazing that you're doing this, and really piqued people's interest. So even though it wasn't a demonstration of this product and that product and look at this deal and that deal, they were still seeing what we were doing as a result of being involved with Arbonne. So that's what I've concentrated a bit more on lately. Less about the figures, you know, this QV, that QV, and I've concentrated on show the full
Okay, I don't know if she's gone or not. Okay, let's wrap it up because I don't know what's happened. That was absolutely fantastic from District Manager Emma SKiba, or otherwise known on Facebook as Emma Louise. I'm not sure if you're still there, Emma. If not, then you'll be watching the recording, but that was incredible. Thank you so much for stripping back and showing your vulnerability as well, because you obviously had, like you said, when you started Arbonne, the issues with the confidence and feeling worry and feeling like, oh my gosh, can I do this? You know, other people are doing that. Can I do that? And I think that's how a lot of us feel. And what you said as well about taking the pressure off yourself. Yeah, we all know that level 1 is district manager, and we need 6,000 QV over 1 or 2 months, or 7,500 QV over 3 months. And we know that that is something that eventually we're going to build our business towards. But taking the pressure off, taking the stress off, and just letting ourselves enjoy the journey. And yeah, building that sustainable client customer base, building that team, and just having fun along the way and not feeling the pressure of it. Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen anyway. As long as we're doing the activity, it is going to happen, but not feeling stressed about it. And I would never want anyone to ever feel stressed about any kind of promotion level, and certainly not the first level district manager. So I absolutely love that top tip from Emma. And you can see, Emma, that you have been really working on your tracker, on your personal development, on your helping other people, and just your giving attitude as well. And that's one of the reasons why you've got to level 1. You've built a district, and you say you don't know how it happened. All of those little things have added up. All of that consistent activity and that personal development has enabled you to build to that level. So massive, massive, massive well done. So a huge well done to Emma SKiba. Right, okay, so next up we have got Stacey. So Stacey Jones joined the Blackley district, so she is sponsored by Stacey Blackley, who's currently in Spain on the call right now. So Stacey built her business in Croydon in London, and she sponsored Stacey Jones, who she met at a fair, at a fete. And I've had the pleasure of meeting Stacey when she came up the country to come to the Coppolaris Skills Academy in Cambridge, somewhere around there. And Stacey is a lovely, lovely, lovely girl with such a business head as well. She's so smart. When you speak to Stacey, you'll see how incredibly smart she is as well. Really, really, really switched on. I learn a lot from Stacey. She's incredible. So today she's going to train for us on ABC, which is, I've got to look at my notes, activity, belief, and consistency. So I'm just going to unmute you, Stacey, and I'd love to welcome independent consultant Stacey Jones.
Hi. I want to love you. Give that loving, baby. Right. Oh, that glare on my glasses is horrible. I'm not very good at talking, just talking. So can I share my screen because I've done a bit of a presentation? Is that okay?
Of course.
Right. You're gonna have to let me know if you can see this. Can we see this?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah. Okay, so I actually got most of my information from a video that Hetty did on SoundCloud. It hit home, so I've added my own little bits to it, obviously. But yeah, a short guide to activity, belief, and consistency, as easy as ABC. So I've got activity. You've just got to keep moving. As it says, activity plays a big part in your online business. Are you active enough? One of the things that Hetty said that stood out is words are only powerful if you listen to what's being said. You can sit there and listen to 6 different inspirational speeches, but if you're not listening to what they're actually telling you, you're just wasting your time. You're not taking in their advice. You're not taking in anything other than they're just taking 10 minutes of my time and what have I gained from it. So I was looking at some of the questions. So, you know, how many people have you contacted? Writing that down and seeing numbers is a lot easier to see where you're failing. So if you haven't contacted anybody, then that kind of answers why you're not moving along in your Arbonne business. You're just not active enough. You might be thinking that you're active, but writing it down and seeing it in black and white is a lot easier than just maintaining that information in your head. How many one-to-ones have you had from the people that you have contacted? Are you saying the right things? You are going to say the wrong things. You are going to fail, and you need to accept that you're going to fail, because you're never going to learn to do it differently if you never fail. How many people have you sponsored? But when looking at that, how many have you sponsored that are still active? It's all well and good sponsoring 20 people, but if none of them are active, then there's no point sponsoring them people, because Arbonne isn't for them at this moment in time. And how many people have you promoted? Numbers don't lie. I do like that quote. Once you've written it down and you think that you're doing amazing and you're getting places, and then you see it in black and white, actually, I've stopped contacting people, I'm not doing any one-to-ones, I'm not hosting any parties, and it shows you what journey you can then take, which path you need to go on, what aspects you need to work on. Or on the other scale, you might be thinking that you're doing really bad within your business, but seeing the numbers down, you can see, actually, I've contacted 10 people. Out of them 10 people, I've now had 5 one-to-ones. Out of the 5 one-to-ones, I've sponsored 1 person who is still active 3 months later, and it makes you feel a lot better about the business that you've got. So that's all I could come up with for activity. And belief. Belief is a massive part in life, not just your Arbonne business. If you don't believe that you're going to get somewhere, you're not going to get there. You know, I've got here, ask yourself the following questions. Do you believe in you? If you don't believe in you, why should somebody else? Again, if you don't believe in Arbonne, why should anybody else believe in Arbonne? You're selling something that you don't believe in. Do you believe in the products? Do you believe that they will make a difference to your life? Do you believe that they do make your skin look better? Do you feel that you look nicer after you've taken 6 selfies in the toilet? Yes, great. You believe in the products? Carry on using them, carry on selling them. And do you believe in network marketing business? That is what Arbonne is. If you don't believe in the network marketing business, then you're not going to go far in Arbonne, because that's all Arbonne is. You've got to network, you've got to speak to people, you've got to put yourself out there, you've got to take the no's, but you've got to believe that with every 10 no's, there's going to be one yes. And then you can just keep going, you can keep believing. And one day you will get there and you'll look back and you can say, I believed, I could, and I did. And then consistency. I loved this quote, so I had to put it in the slide. But consistency, I think, is something that everybody struggles with in life. I've put a couple of things here that we probably all say a couple of times in our life that has nothing to do with Arbonne. You know, I've ate good for one day, why haven't I lost weight? Because you're not consistent with it. I told my son once not to touch the plug socket. Why isn't he listening to me? Because you've told him once and it doesn't work after one time. I studied for one day. Why don't I know all the answers? Again, consistency can help with every aspect of your life. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to help you move forward if you just do it once and then give up because it hasn't worked. Why hasn't it worked? You've got to do it every single day. It's got to be part of your daily routine, a little bit like the inspirational speeches and the reading the books, the 10 pages. You could do it one day and then not do it for 3 months. Well, you've forgotten what 10 pages said when you first started because you've left it so long. You're going to have to start from the beginning. So to sum it up, I've spoken very fast because I'm really nervous, so I am sorry. But A, actions speak louder than words. Believe you can and you will. Consistent behaviour pays off. Are you ready to add ABC to your Arbonne business? I don't know how to unshare it.
Just press stop share.
Oh, there it is. There we go.
Fantastic, Stacey. That was beautifully done. And your presentation was wonderful as well. You didn't have to go to all that effort. That was fabulous. Thank you.
And that's why I find that easier than the talking.
Yeah, that was really good. And like you say, we do need to be told things over and over and over again. Like we all know, anyone that's got children or partners or animals, friends, we do need to be told things over and over and over again before they sink in. And we all know that it is ABC, activity, belief, consistency, but sometimes we need that reminder. And I think that training that you just did, Stacey, was absolutely perfect for all of us right now, because we probably did need that little reminder right now. So everybody said in the chat how good that was, how good Emma was, how good you were, Stacey. So well done. Thank you so much for that training. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, so our final trainer for the evening. It's been a great night tonight. I'm loving all the different speakers and the trainers. So tonight we've got the wonderful pregnant Becca. So Rebecca Welton Gascoigne recently got married to the gorgeous Julian Gascoigne, and she's just got back from skiing, and she is about to have her first baby. So I absolutely adore Becca. And Becca was originally sponsored by my husband Ian. But as he is still doing Arbonne, but not quite as actively, I'm here to help and support Becca in anything that she needs. Not that she needs anything, because she's just a totally independent woman, like on a mission. She last week went to Sue Alexander's makeup workshop and is just brimming with knowledge and information. So she's going to talk about that tonight with us. So please welcome independent consultant Becca Welton Gascoigne.
Hey everyone. Hey everyone, so I'm going to give you a quick overview of what I learned on the makeup course, so it's not going to be like completely in depth, and if you do have any questions then just let me know. So I'm going to start with the preparation of basically before you even go to either a one-to-one or a workshop. So you're going to need mirrors, tissue, cotton wool, and I suggest that you get like, so I got the makeup set, and in it comes like these little beakers, but you can buy any little pots, have one with dry cotton wool pads and one with wet cotton wool pads. Disposable mascara ones, because you don't want to double dip anything. I've also got little lip brushes, cotton buds, work wonders if you make mistakes, and then like little clippy section clip things. You also want some towels to wrap around the person that you're doing the makeover on. And then ideally, the RE9 set, the Calm and the FC5, the lip treatment and a clear future blemish. But if you haven't got those, definitely the FC5, because that cleanser you can use without water. So if you don't have any bowls, or you don't want to kind of go and get people washing their faces and doing everything, then that. So then so obviously you've got all your makeup, but then your eye makeup remover as well, because it's amazing how many people turn up to makeup classes with makeup on. But what you can do is you can take a picture with them with their makeup on, you can take one with their makeup off, and then you can take one once you've done the makeover, so they can see the complete difference, the transition through all three. So you're going to start off with the eye makeup remover. Now for this, like, loads of people are there scrubbing everything, wiping it all away. All you need is damp one of these cotton wool pads, put some of the eye makeup remover on, and simply just hold it, like rest it on the eyes. And it's quite soothing. When we were all doing it in the workshop, it was really nice and soothing and felt calming on your eyes. So hold it there for like a minute or two, and then you wipe, and it literally just comes off. It is amazing. So then you go for so you're getting more products with the FC5. Then you tone. The instant lift serum is amazing, and it is optional. So then, like, you can kind of like allow 60 seconds for that to soak in. And instead of like rubbing it on, we learnt that if you tap your face like this, it doesn't clog up, so it doesn't all kind of ball up on their face, which is great. And they can feel, if you kind of give everybody a bit of that to try, people can feel their faces tighten, or you can say, oh, put it on one side of your face and not the other, and then they can maybe take a picture and see the difference. The Genius Ultra, again, that's optional. And then finally, like after you've done all the cleanse, tone and moisturise, the primer. Primer is an absolute must. It's absolutely amazing. Again, you can give this to everybody if you're doing a workshop, and they can feel how smooth it makes how smooth it feels on their hands or on their face. And I know that we learn a dot is a lot, but at the workshop, Sue Alexander, she was like, right, 2 to 3 pumps, and we were all like, what? How much? But it is fantastic, and it's like setting a blank canvas for what you're going to do with the makeup. It fills in all the cracks that you can't see because it's got the little hyaluronic filling spheres in. And then from the primer onwards, you need to move in a downward, because you've got all the little hairs, in a downward direction. So what you're going to do is start with the foundation. Now, like, I was panicking about matching with people. Are they going to be like stressing? I'm going to like make them orange. And the trick is, if you're doing a one-to-one or if you're doing a workshop, go in early and colour match before you start the workshop. So then people think, oh my God, she's amazing. She knows how to colour match everybody. But if you're unsure or you don't have time and it's a one-to-one to do that before, you want to get your cotton buds, line your foundations up. So pick 3 colours that you think, one too light, one too dark, and one you think that is going to match. And then with your cotton bud, dab it in, and then you draw a line down the face. And do that with each of them, obviously using a clean end, so you're not like mixing in the colours. And you can do that with the CC cream, the liquid foundation, or the powders, so you can see it. And then you'll kind of blend it in a little bit, and whichever one blends in so they can't see it, like that's the option. Now you also want to find out what sort of look they want. So if they're going for like a day look, you can say, would you want the CC cream? Bit of a more coverage is the liquid foundation, and the maximum coverage is the powder. But you can mix any combination of those. So you could mix the CC cream with the powder foundation. It's entirely up to you. It doesn't matter. And if you haven't got the right colour with you, you can mix like two colours so that you're making a new colour. There are really no rules, Sue said. It's like, just kind of go with whatever fits. So once you've picked your foundation, this is going to take the longest time to do. So you can be talking a lot about the products whilst you're doing the foundation. And applying the foundation, you can either use a little wedge thing, which I like these, or in a makeup kit you get like all these brushes. So, and handily, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, I'll try and put it really close. All the brushes are labelled with what they're for. So that's like fantastic. So if you're panicking, you'll be like, oh, powder, okay. You kind of know which is which. And the other secret, she said, stand kind of to the side behind people, especially when you're doing the eye makeup and the eyeliner and mascara, because then they can't see the panic in your face when you're going towards them. Like, imagine I'm doing your eyes. They can't see that coming towards them. They're kind of seeing it from the side. So they're not having like a major meltdown about you poking their eyeballs out. So you can mix in the highlighter as well with the foundation. And then once you've applied it all and you're doing your little chat, another tip is to have a wish list at the side of them. So if they are you're going through things and they go, oh wow, I really love this, add it to the wish list, and then they're going to know at the end, and also write down the colours. If you can get like a sheet like this, and down the side it's like you've got little options. You've got daytime, evening, and you can put what you've put on them, so all the different colours, as well as the wish list. So that is another helpful tip. After the foundation, you're going to go for the concealer. Now with this, it's in a little pot. So it comes in a little pot, or a little thing like this. And obviously you don't want to be double dipping into all your products. So if you get a cotton bud, rub it in. And then you can get it on the end of your finger, and then just apply it where you need to. So concealer if they need it, then use the eye primer. Oh, one thing I forgot about the foundation, put it all over their face, including the lips, but not their eyebrows. So then once you've got all your concealer on, your foundation and everything, you can put setting powder over the top. Like, I prefer to put that on at the end, just because then you've got it on absolutely everything, but you can put it on throughout the entire time. Next, we went through the eyebrows, and Sue taught us a handy little tip for measuring eyebrows. Now, you don't need to know this, and you don't need, what you do helps if you know this, but you don't need to tell the people at the party that you know this. So basically, to measure, you get your pen and you go straight up. So like that's going to be the beginning of your eyebrows. So then you can draw a little dot. And then the end goes from the corner of your mouth across the corner of your eye, do another little dot. And then the highest point goes through the middle of their eye, and then it's like straight there. So you can kind of just like measure how long their eyebrows, so you're not got crazy people with like crazy ass eyebrows going across here. And then the options are, you can either use a fine line pencil eyeliner like this one, or there is the tinted creams. They're water resistant and they're good for sparse eyebrows, but I kind of prefer these. Or you can even use eyeshadow. Like again, Sue said, there are no rules, so you can use it anything, anywhere. Like you can use the bronzer as an eyeshadow. So it is fantastic, all the things that we can do. So just go through tricks of the trade. So work from the side. Oh, another one. So when you're doing your eyes and you're working on a person, use a cotton pad, and like you can lean on the cotton pad and you're not leaning on your own work. Leave all the products that you've used to one side so that they can go through them at the end and order. And give them like little, obviously as you're going through and you're talking about the products, tell them about, so the foundation is treatment based, and it won't dry your skin out, and things like that. But like another tip is, in our lifetime we ingest 4 pounds of lipstick or lip gloss, so you need to think of the toxins that are in those. People don't think of like that you're going to ingest it. They just think, oh, I'm putting it on my skin, it won't go that far. But lipstick, lip gloss, you know, 4 pounds is quite a lot. And so give them like little tips, like, or hints and tips as well as you're going along. What else? So sorry, I'm just going through my notes just to make sure, because I've got like 2 sets as well. So with the mascara, so you've got your disposable wand, and Sue, I didn't know how to kind of, I was just applying. Everyone assumes that you get your mascara and you go like that. She said, when you're applying the mascara, get them to like, so hold your wand out like that, to a point where they're kind of looking down but their eyes aren't closed, and then brush over the tops. So you're coating the tops of the eyelashes, and then you get them to open their eyes and look straight forward, and then you kind of zigzag like we kind of imagine putting mascara on, and then that separates out, and then you're coating both sides of your eyelashes, so you're getting more kind of coverage of the mascara. So that was another helpful kind of tip. I've tried doing it on my own eyes and I was like, this is impossible, but you kind of get the hang of it. And then allow it to settle and apply another coat, and they'll be amazed at the kind of difference it makes. Once you've done absolutely everything, go over with the setting powder, and then when you're applying that, like I kind of always assumed that you brushed like this, but once you've got your setting powder, another tip is, instead of dipping your brush into the pot all the time, tip what you think you're going to need into the lid and work out of the lid, and then all you need to do is wipe the top of the lid. So just because they're so helpful. So you literally tip it into that bit, and then you can just kind of do that, and then when you're applying it, apply it like this. So you kind of like just blobbing it on their face. Obviously check for drop down under the eyes before you kind of get any further. But yeah, so that keeps those clean as well. Cleaning with the, so say like with the eyeliner, in the bottom end you've got handy little sharpener, so you can use this on people, then sharpen it, and then it's ready for the next person to use, so you're not cross-contaminating those. All of your eyeshadows, you can just wipe them over with a cotton pad, and then that gets any residue off so that there's nothing in there. Obviously the foundations are fairly easy with the liquid and the CC cream because they're pumps, or you kind of squeeze it out of a tube. The lip gloss is kept clean, and the lipsticks by using the little lip brushes. And then once you've done and there's no drop down and you're perfectly happy with it and your customer's perfectly happy, spray the RE9 toner on top. It gives you like a moisture lock. And again, I nearly had a meltdown when she said spray 4 to 5 pumps. I was like, what? Nervous breakdown? That's loads. But 4 to 5 pumps all over their face, and it just gives you a dewy, fresh look. And then when you've done that, you can tell them that there was a test done with the foundations, and when they were applied, there was, let me just check, after 45 minutes, the moisture in their skin had increased, and then gradually throughout the day, it increased, and that's unprecedented in any other foundation. So, like, that's another tick for us, that we're not drying their skin out. So, you know, people are like, wow, I didn't realise that it kind of dried all the skin out. So yeah, just kind of lock it in with the RE9 toner and then take an after picture. If people are wanting, the other last tip is, so if you're doing a workshop, tell the host that you don't really want any more than 8 people, and obviously they can try products after, but explain that you're only going on the host, and if others want it done, they can either book a 1-to-1 or they can book their own party. That way you're increasing your bookings, and then you've got time to spend with your host, and your host is being made to feel like the special one. And limit it to 45 minutes, because obviously people are going to start to switch off that aren't having their makeup done. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. If you've got any other questions, feel free to ask. That's like everything I learned in a whole day.
She's always screaming when she's calling her friends. She's kind of hot though.
Fantastic, Becca. And loads of people saying how great that was in the chat and all your little tips. And I think Amanda wrote how you must have really absorbed and taken in on board so much that Sue said. So can you just, I know we've only got a couple of minutes, can you just say, is it worth going on a Sue Alexander course?
Most definitely. And I'm going to book onto an advanced course next so that I can learn to do like all the flicks. I learnt smoky eyes and the basics, but definitely go on one, because I've been on her product course as well, and they are just fantastic. You just kind of, it just goes in, and you get to meet other Arbonne consultants from different areas that you might not necessarily get to meet, and the energy is fantastic.
I couldn't agree more. So in my time with Arbonne, I've been on 2 makeup courses with Sue Alexander, and I've been on 2 product trainings with Sue Alexander, and I've been on the business one with her and Ian, her husband, and they are incredible. I massively recommend, if you can get yourself along. She does them in Leeds, she does them in London, I think she does some other places. If you can get yourself along to one of Sue Alexander's courses, she is an Arbonne consultant, and she's also the lady that works in the X Factor. She's worked in Buckingham Palace. She's absolutely extraordinary, and she's the reason that Emma Lee joined this business. When I said Sue Alexander does Arbonne, she was like, oh my god, if Sue Alexander does Arbonne, I'm totally here, because she'd already knew who she was from the beauty industry. She's an amazing woman, so the fact that she does these courses for us is incredible. So I massively, again, I echo everything Becca said, hugely recommend going on the courses. And if you want to know when the dates are, if you go onto the Do More page, click into the pinned post, scroll down, right down to where it says useful websites and useful links. Is in that category, so it will say in useful websites, useful links, it will say Sue Alexander's website, and it's in there, and you can sign up, you can subscribe to her emails where she'll email you all the up and coming dates. But they're incredible. Becca, that training was amazing. Your confidence has totally soared. You just deliver that in such a beautiful way. Did you enjoy doing it?
Yeah, I'm really, really tired, and now I'm not going to go to sleep, and I'm like, no.
You'll be buzzing. Well, to wrap up tonight's Wells and Crawford area training, that was fantastic. We've had a massive, fantastic amount of information tonight from Emma, from Stacey, and from Becca. I absolutely love these calls, these basic team training calls, and I cannot wait for next week when we've got 3 more speakers that are going to be delivering some fantastic tips and information to help us build our businesses. But for tonight, thank you so much, everybody, and I'll see you all on the entire team training call at 9 o'clock. Thanks, everybody. Bye.